What's going on, everyone? This is Mitch. Good morning. Hope you all are having a great start to your day. I normally don't make morning videos, but the Storm Prediction Center has upgraded today's risk of severe storms to a level 4 out of 5. So this is a big deal. So I thought I'd make a quick video talking about the updated risk of severe weather. So we're going to talk about that in this video. So thank y'all for tuning in. My video last night did very good. I had a lot of growth. Kind of unexpectedly, I almost thought about not making a video last night, and I did. And so thank y'all for y'all's support. Got a little push and some subscribers. So thank y'all for the amazing support. Definitely like this video if y'all like it. And what we're going to do here is we're going to talk about the big time severe weather outbreak potential here in Texas. Large hail, the potential for a few tornadoes also. And this is going to turn to a mesoscale convective system where you're going to get strong winds. So let's just dive right into this. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't. Your support is amazing and it's appreciated for sure. But check it out. Moderate risk has been hatched for areas here in Texas, Lubbock included, right on the border near Midland. A dry line is going to set up here. Amarillo here is in the enhanced risk. Wichita Falls is enhanced. What's going to happen here is you're going to have a ton of heating. Certain areas, especially in the southern areas of this moderate risk, is going to see very hot temperatures. It's going to be very hot. Temperatures are going to rise into the 90s in certain areas. Dew points are obviously going to be high, and there's going to be a dry line, and there's a rain-cool boundary kind of setting up in here. So this is definitely going to be a big time risk of severe thunderstorms. You got ample shear, you've got a ton of cape, convective energy is there. And so basically what's going to happen here is you're going to have supercells that form, fire up along this rain cool boundary, this dry line, and they're going to march east. They're going to form east of the dry line. So this is what's going to happen today. So a tornado risk, you got a 5% chance. It's not that high, but just like yesterday, if you have social media, if you have Twitter, there was one supercell that formed just north of Lubbock that was just discrete. It was just out there. It was a low precipitation supercell, but it was beautiful and it was awesome and it was popping. And but that formed a tornado, and I believe that was the only tornado in the entire state of Texas during the outbreak. Well, not outbreak, but during the event yesterday. But it was very, very photogenic. It was out in the middle of nowhere. Didn't really affect anything. Later on, this will turn into more of a big-time strong wind threat as all the energy from the supercells kind of combine together and turn it more into a strong wind threat. But before that happens, you're going to have a big-time hail threat. I'm talking about very large hail. 3 to 4 inch diameter hail, even more in some cases, baseball, maybe softball size hail. Whoever gets hit by one of these supercells is going to get absolutely hammered. So keep your eye on the sky. I know the weather's wild out there. It's a lot different out there than it is here in my location, South Carolina. But hail threat, this is definitely a hail-driven moderate threat, if that makes any sense. But bear with me here. This is the HRRR model run. It was glitching really bad this morning, but I finally got it to come through. But check out, as you're getting into 20 to 21Z, that's early to mid-afternoon, you get intense heating down here. You're already getting some big-time supercells forming up in this area, kind of just west of Wichita Falls, between Lubbock and Wichita Falls. But look, as you get a little bit closer, you're going to get explosive development here, and I really think you're going to get a couple discrete cells. Even down here, there's going to be some big-time heating. In the beginning of this, it's going to be the tornado threat and the large hail threat. So if you're in Lubbock, this is going to be a big-time threat. You're right in the middle of the moderate risk, so keep your eye on the sky. It was very active in that area yesterday. But these are going to be some explosive storms that's going to fire off, geez, I can't talk, along a dry line, and it's going to get very intense here. After that, it's going to turn more into a wind-driven threat, as like every severe weather threat, usually in the evenings to at night, kind of come together as more of a straight line wind threat. So we'll continue to kind of watch that. So the threat isn't over even after the afternoon. It goes through overnight. The NAM looks a little bit different. It kind of comes through here and it fires off the storms a little bit differently and almost kind of loses that discrete supercell look. So it's going to be interesting to see how this kind of comes together. As far as cape, you're going to have, the crazy part about this is the fact that you're going to have explosive cape. It's going to be very explosive. It's going to be upwards to 4,000 surface K joules per kilogram, and it's going to be forming along a dry line, which is going to be squiggling along right here in West Texas. So it's something we're going to have to watch here, because if you're along the dry line and just east, you're going to have a chance for an isolated, discrete supercell that really explodes, and that's when you're going to get the large hail. That's when you're going to get that discrete tornado that pops off in these storms. So it's going to be something to watch here. What's really wild here is the intense heating you're going to have here in West Texas. Temperatures are going to climb into the 90s. Not everybody's going to see 90s, especially if the storms kind of initialize a little early in the afternoon. So you're going to have plenty of surface heating that's really going to explode here and really just add fuel to the fire. You want to check out the dry line. Here's the squiggly dry line really developing here. It's just kind of pivoting back and forth. So it's going to be very interesting to see kind of where it wiggles, where it's at. Storm chasers are definitely going to be along this. Dry lines are very interesting. One day I really would like to experience just the cut off from very humid air to very dry air and how quick it happens. And this isn't even one of your most, I guess, gradient favored dry lines. This is actually not even as intense as I've seen. But hail is going to be a big threat here. I don't really like this forecast hail threat because it's not very great here. But hail threat, you're going to get anywhere from 1 to 5 inch diameter hail with this. This is going to be a big time hail threat for sure. The supercell parameter, a supercell is a rotating thunderstorm. So with a supercell, you have a chance for those large hail and those isolated tornadoes. Check out how it spikes in the afternoon, especially wanting to show north of Lubbock here. It's definitely a big time area where some supercells can fire off pretty early and then turn into a we can't downplay the fact that this is going to turn into a big time wind threat too. So even after we get the kind of the supercell mode part out of this, it's going to turn into more of a robust line of thunderstorms that's going to produce a lot of strong winds. The tornado parameter, it spikes just north of Lubbock. I'm telling you, the HRR model is really favoring an area just around Lubbock and just north as far as your most intense supercells. So we'll kind of have to watch that. It's a very interesting day here in Texas here, as this is a hail-driven modern threat. So we'll recap. Early on, you're going to have explosive supercells. It's going to begin to slowly transition into an MCS, which is the mesoscale convective system, and turn more into a wind-driven threat as it kind of moves across central and north Texas here and really affects Dallas in the middle of the night probably. So that's all I got, guys. Sorry the video seemed to probably be interrupted a couple times. My little girl was needing my help with a couple things. So thank y'all for tuning in, and y'all have a great day, and stay safe out there.